I was shot for playing with a little black boy. My name is Harambe. The year was 2016 and I was just chilling in my enclosure at Cincinnati Zoo like always. It was just a regular day. This all changed when that dumb bitch wasn't watching what her own kid was doing, and he came tumbling into my enclosure. Instinctively, I wanted to make sure he wasn't hurt from the fall, so I ran over and picked him up. After a few minutes, I felt he was comfortable around me, so I wanted to lighten the mood and play. Suddenly, I noticed the zookeepers in a panic and shouting, so assumed I was about to be shot with a tranquilizer. Wait, is that a fucking Glock? I realized. The shot rang out. Everything went black. Until I saw a bright golden light shining down. Yo, I'm in heaven, this is dope.
I was kidnapped by Somali pirates. My name is Michaelmoore. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that I would be staring into the eyes of ruthless Somali pirates. I was just out in the ocean enjoying my sail when a boat came speeding toward me. Holy shit, they got guns. The ship was seized and I was at the mercy of these modern-day buccaneers. Fear consumed me as I felt the cold steel of a gun pressed against my temple. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into an eternity. The pirates' demands for ransom hung over like a dark cloud. But within the depths of despair, a glimmer of hope emerged. Negotiations for release intensified, and news of international efforts to combat piracy reached my captors. The thought of rescue propelled me forward, a reminder that I was not forgotten. Then suddenly the chance for freedom arrived. Amidst the chaos, we fought tooth and nail, seizing a fleeting opportunity to escape. With heart pounding, I leapt into the unforgiving sea, swimming towards the distant shores. In the end, I emerged from that nightmare, forever changed but resolute in the mission.
When I was 9, I got molested by a Down syndrome man every day through summer. My name is Bobby Lee. I came across a shack in my local woods. I decided to approach to see if anyone was inside, and I was met with something that enticed me. A man clearly possessing one too many chromosomes swung open the door holding out candy in his palm as if to invite me over. I could not refuse. As I stepped over to claim my free candy, his trousers suddenly dropped, exposing his Down syndrome genitalia to my 9-year-old eyes. He grabbed my ass too, but I didn't give a fuck about that. I just wanted the candy. I returned every following day through summer. I kept telling myself not to go back, but I just couldn't resist the candy.
I used to drive a little snail to work, folks. My name is Joe Biden. It's just a little boy. I was living in a 2x4. I was this big. I used to have this little snail. I would ride it to work. It was an incredible thing. I was friends with this ant. Folks, the price is all going up. Folks, it's not a big deal. Prices change, people change, man. I bought my first house 69 years ago, just a little hut. Straw roofs. My fellow citizens of the United States of America, I've got a special announcement to make. After many, many hours and days of search and heartbreak, I'm pleased and happy to announce, I finally found my car keys. I checked everywhere. Checked my pants pockets, and I got hairy legs that turned blonde in the sun, and kids used to come up and reach into the pool and rub my leg down. Don't tell your mother, sweetie. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I love kids jumping on my lap. Good morning, folks.
My father beat me after I blew up all his condoms because I thought they were balloons. Hello all, it's hughjansen here, and I want to share with you all a sad story of confusion and violence. I was left home alone, bored, so I decided to venture into my parents' bedroom. I started opening their drawers until I got to the drawer at the very bottom. I shuffled it open, and there was a pink buzzy tentacle thing. I didn't know my parents played with toys. This is pretty cool, I thought. And then underneath I found something that caught my eye. A box of what looked like balloons titled, "For Pleasure." I wanted to have a pleasurable experience, and loved to play keepy-ups with balloons. So I started to blow them up one by one. They were slightly slimy, but I thought nothing of it. I continued to blow them up until the room was filled with these bouncing banana-shaped balloons.
You, get here now, boy.
My father burst in. He grabbed his belt off the dresser and came charging towards me. He gave me a bloody spanking. Motto of the story is, folks, never blow up balloons that aren't colorful.
I sat on my pet hamster and lost it in my booty hole. My name is Shanice, and this is a plead for help. It was around 10 a.m. I was still in my pajama shorts. I had just demolished my breakfast KFC. I decided to get my cutie patootie hamster, Bone Crusher, out to play. I let him wander onto my bed and he scurried around happily as I left my room to get a few bags of chips. When I returned, I jumped onto my bed, overwhelmed with excitement to have a post-breakfast snack, and that's when I suddenly realized, my hamster, where did he go? I looked all over, but it was no use. Just as I started to lose hope, I felt a scratchy sensation right in my anus. No, this can't be happening, I hoped. I bent over in front of my mirror and then peered in between my legs up at my booty hole. My heart sank. My hamster's nose only just visible, poking out, crammed inside. Y'all, I really don't know what to do. If I try poop him out, he might drown. Please help me out with any suggestions.
I love to kiss my brother. I'm an island boy. Me and my brother started an OF together because we ran out of bread. We first came to fame in 2021 after releasing our I'm an Island Boy song. That shit sucked ass. We don't really have any talent or nothing, so we fell off quick. Unfortunately, I KO'd my ex-girlfriend and then she ratted to the hospital nurse, so I spent a night in jail. So you know I had to leave her ass. I'm not dating no rat. So I decided to move on to someone who got more money than her, my twin brother. We had never kissed until this time. Not as passionately as this, anyway. But it was just like any other day. My bro got out of the pool with his chains on, and he was looking extra nice. We identical though, so it's not even weird for me to say that. But we locked eyes. We really about to kiss right now? Our lips touched and we used a little bit of tongue. That was actually the best thing I ever did. That's gangster. That led me to the idea, we should really start an OF together. We agreed, and within a few days all our vids were on Twitter. Why is everyone tripping about this? We don't even understand. I love to kiss my brother. I'm an island boy. Me and my brother started an OF together because we ran out of bread. We first came to fame in 2021 after releasing our I'm an Island Boy song. That shit sucked ass. We don't really have any talent or nothing, so we fell off quick. Unfortunately, I KO'd my ex-girlfriend and then she ratted to the hospital nurse, so I spent a night in jail. So you know I had to leave her ass. I'm not dating no rat. So I decided to move on to someone who got more money than her, my twin brother. We had never kissed until this time. Not as passionately as this, anyway. But it was just like any other day. My bro got out of the pool with his chains on, and he was looking extra nice. We identical though, so it's not even weird for me to say that. But we locked eyes. We really about to kiss right now? Our lips touched and we used a little bit of tongue. That was actually the best thing I ever did. That's gangster. That led me to the idea, we should really start an OF together. We agreed, and within a few days all our vids were on Twitter. Why is everyone tripping about this? We don't even understand.
My PP fell off because I vaped too much. My name is Mikehawk. Let me take you through this cautionary tale of how I ended up in a hospital bed with my PP shriveled up on the floor. It was just like any other day. I was vaping on my Tutti Frutti disposable, just scrolling the FYP, until out of nowhere, I began to uncontrollably cough after taking a big hit. My lungs felt like they were being molested by a large African man. I cried out for my mummy. She burst into the room and quickly called an ambulance as my skin had turned a purple colour due to lack of oxygen. Then all I remember is waking up in a hospital bed. It turned out I had fallen into a coma for many months. My mother was ecstatic to see me awake and began to cry with relief. "Mummy, I really need to pee," I said. She looked at me hesitantly, but told me to go ahead to the restroom. I unzipped my pants ready to relieve myself, but instead began to scream once again. I couldn't quite believe it. "My pee-pee, where has it gone?" A flat groin stared back at me, all 2 inches. What happened? My mum told me the vape kept...
I poo-pooed my pants at Oppenheimer and made everyone evacuate the theater. My name is Joebartolosi. I decided to watch Oppenheimer over Barbie, but amid the excitement of the film, my stomach churned uneasily. The gas station sushi I had before was not sitting well, but I dismissed it, thinking it could wait. Unfortunately, fate had a different plan. As the plot thickened, so did my discomfort until I couldn't ignore it any longer. I tried to slip away discreetly, but it was too late. I pooped my pants right there in the theater. A wave of embarrassment washed over me as the pungent odor wafted through the air. Panic-stricken, I hurried to inform the theater staff, and soon the word spread. They had no choice but to evacuate the entire theater. Mortified, I stood there, the epicenter of the chaos. My face burned as I made my exit, head down, feeling like I could disappear into thin air. The incident spread like wildfire, and for weeks, I was known as the fat guy who cleared out the entire theater. Oppenheimer wasn't the only atomic thing in the theater that night, but I learned my lesson about gas station food and enclosed spaces. Joe B out.